Blossom here again today. And you know, I've been thinking a lot about crossing the border from Canada and crossing the border from New Mexico. I was going to say New Mexico, but you know, they don't check us when we come from New Mexico into Texas. But you know, there's a big difference between crossing the border up at Canada and crossing the border down in Mexico. Because I've been to both, and you know, one of the biggest problem, or difference I should say, is it's cold when you cross the border in Canada. Cold. Little Falls, Minnesota in the summertime is lucky to be 65 degrees. That is cold for summertime. That's not summertime. That's just a nice high for Texas in the winter. Anyway, that's beside the point. Some people, when they go through the border crossing, they get stopped every time. That is every time. You know, my husband Mason and I, we've only been stopped. Why? We've never been stopped. All the times we have walked across the Texas border to Mexico, we have driven all along the borderline in Mexico. We have, what else we do? I took a rowboat to Mexico. Oh, that's interesting. We took a rowboat. We were in Big Bend National Park at Christmas time. Oh, that was fun. And well, anyway, that's beside the point. I digress. Well, anyway, getting back to crossing the border. My husband and I must have boring written across our heads because they can be stopping every car, and searching thoroughly. And they get to ours and they go, anything to declare? And we say, no. They said, fine, go on through, have a nice day. We can walk, and they ask us questions like, did you catch the basketball playoffs? No. Fine, thank you. Go on through. I guess we just look boring and we look honest. If they knew that we illegally crossed the Texas-Mexico border, maybe they wouldn't let us through so easily. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. If they knew we crossed the border illegally once, oh, we're law-abiding people. We never go. One time when I was working in West Texas, and wasn't very far from El Paso on Interstate 10, and I had another engineer with me, and we were heading back to town. Towns are a long ways apart, and this border crossing was way out in the country, and I says to him, Richard, what's this border crossing doing way out here in the country? And he says, we're only 5 miles from New Mexico. I go, what? He says, yeah, we're only 5 miles from New Mexico. You know, when I got back to my hotel, I had to take out my map, and sure enough, we were only about 5 miles from Mexico. But anyway, even with Richard in the car, they still let my truck pass right through. I had lots of stuff in there. I'd been traveling for about a week, working on those cell sites out in West Texas and working with different engineers, but they still let me through, even when my husband wasn't with me. So I guess I'm the boring one, because it doesn't matter if Mason's along or if it was Richard, the telco engineer, with me. I still got through right away. I'm going to have to change my reputation. And I don't know quite what my new reputation is going to be, but I do not want boring written on my head. I'm going to have to work on that. I'm going to work on that. Give me something to do for the rest of my life, working on not being boring. Who wants to be boring? Not me. Well, anyway, I better get working on that because, I don't know, that could be a pretty big project, going from boring to not boring. Well, I'll let you know the next time I cross the border. Don't have any plans to do it in the near future, but just in case, I'll let you know how it happened, how it turns out, should I get another opportunity. In the meantime, y'all have a good day. Y'all have a safe day. Y'all have fun, children. I love y'all. Bye-bye.